I'm sipping Hennessy. Ooh, I'm sipping Hennessy. Ooh, I'm sipping Hennessy.
Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. So this story time is going to be about the worst boyfriend I've ever had. Like, this guy wasn't shit then. I'm sure he still ain't shit now. Anyway, so how we met my first year of college in the dining hall. I was with my friend, we just eating and chatting, and this really good looking guy came up
To me and he was like, hey, I see you around campus and I would really like to get to know you. Can I have your number?
So I'm like, I'm like, sure, sure, because he came up to me really polite, and he was good looking too. So he was tall, had beautiful brown, like, I think they were hazel, but they were just beautiful, a beautiful shade of brown. And he had really nice teeth too. Teeth too. Anyway, so so I gave him my number, and we started talking and talking on the phone and messaging each other. And after a few weeks, he asked me to be his girlfriend. So I said yes. And everything was going so well in the beginning, right? Like, everything goes well in the beginning, right? Then he started showing his true colors. So it had 3 instances where I should have been like, to the loo, motherfucker, because you're doing too much, right? But idiot. Idiot. A damn idiot. Anyway, well, you go through experiences to learn. So I definitely learned from this relationship. So instance number 1, he was too controlling. Like, no. So it had a day we were meeting in the dining hall again, but it had different places to eat on campus, but we just decided on the dining hall after class to meet up, right? So I went to get my food because he told me what table to meet him at, and I'm walking and he just staring like, and I'm like, is something wrong? Like, did something happen?
And he's like, why are you wearing that? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Why are you wearing that? All your breasts are outside. Like, what kind of attention are you looking for? Nah, my girlfriend can't be wearing stuff like, can't be wearing things like that. I'm like dead serious. From now, he had the audacity, the gall to tell me from now on before I leave the house to send him a picture of what I'm wearing. Sir, no. No.
I just started laughing like I'm a lunatic. Like, it had different people around. I just started laughing like I'm a lunatic. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, oh, I didn't know you changed your name to Jason Fleming Sr. That's my father's name. Because he's talking to me like you're my father. First of all, no man on this earth is going to tell me what I can and can't wear. I know how to dress myself, sir. And what I was wearing wasn't even like inappropriate. It was like up here is like kind of sheer, and then on the bottom it was like material like this, but it was like a kind of heart kind of shirt, a heart shape like that, coming out like that. So it wasn't even inappropriate. He was just doing way too much. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this bullshit, because no, you're not my father, sir. You're not gonna tell me what I can and can't wear. I'm like, you really have the audacity to tell me to send you a picture before I leave the house? Sir, no. So I was not gonna sit there and take his shit. I was like, look, I had my food already, like, kind of packed. I had a bag already. And what did I get? I think I had gotten Panda Express. It was already in a container and stuff. I just had to put it in the bag and go. I was like, I'm about to just go home because I'm not gonna deal with this. This Negro grabbed my arm. He grabbed my arm hard like this. He was like, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm like, let go of my arm. Let go of my arm. I was trying not to turn into Goku in this bitch. I'm like, let go of my arm. Let go of my arm. And then this guy, some random guy, don't know who he is, never saw him before. He came over and he was like, is everything okay over here? And I'm like, yeah. Because he let go and the guy came over it. And I'm like, I just got myself and I left. I was not. And he was calling me, Jada, Jada.
Jada. I'm like, no, no. I was really about to cut this guy off. I should have cut him off. Like, don't put your hands on me. You're not going to tell me what I can
and can't wear. Like, no. So, you know, that night he was messaging me and calling me and stuff. And he was like, yo, I'm really sorry about today. Like, I didn't mean to do all of that. You know, you just drive me crazy. I'm crazy about you. You know, I don't want anybody looking at what's mine. I'm like, yeah, that's all good and dandy, but you're not going to tell me what I can and can't wear. Okay? You're not going to tell me, you're not going to act like you're my father or anything like that. And I'm like, and what I had on wasn't even inappropriate. You were just doing too much. But he seemed really sorry and all that. So I said, okay, I'll give him a chance. But he kind of had one strike against him already. Okay? Instance number 2. He would try to use guilt trips to get what he wanted. Whoever's watching this, ladies, gents, because it could happen to men too. Men who have ain't shit partners. Please don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, you don't need to do it. Don't make them make you feel guilty. Let them make you feel guilty. So he would try to make me feel guilty about not like sleeping with him. Because it was still kind of early in our relationship and I wasn't trying to do that, to be honest with him. It was kind of a turn off. Like, he seemed pushy about it. That's really a turn off. And he would use in lines like, oh, please, I love you, you know, that's just gonna be an expression of that love and stuff. And it's like almost every day he would try to like bring it up in some type of way. And I'm like, listen, dude, you keep saying you love me, but if you love me, you wouldn't keep pressuring me into doing this. Like, what is your problem? You can't be doing this. So when I mentioned that, he kind of backed off a little bit, but he was still a little too pushy. That should have been number 2 to leave him, right? You can't be pushing yourself up on people like that. Like, when somebody says no, they mean no. No means no, right? Anyway, again, I should have left him, right? But damn idiot. Anyway, instance number 3, I was so done after this incident, okay? So he was so jealous and like he was a big hypocrite. So I had a friend, a guy friend. We were just friends. It wasn't like no flirty, nothing. We were just friends. And we were in the same class together and we were in the same group for our group project, right? So it was me, him, another guy, and another girl, right? So me and him were talking because we were going the same way anyway. We were leaving the class. And he was waiting for me. And, you know, I was like, oh, to my friend, I was like, bye, all right, see you on Thursday, because it was that Tuesday. It was Tuesday and Thursday we had the class. So I'm like, all right, see you Thursday. We'll talk about the project more later. This guy, he's like, I don't like the way he was looking at you.
Why he was looking at you like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? How was he looking at me? We were just talking. He's like, nah, I'm not with all that. Like, no, why are you talking to him for like that? I'm like, what are you talking
about? He would just make a big thing if he saw me talking to another guy. And I wasn't even flirty. Like, if I'm for you, I am for you. Like, loyalty is everything to me. Like, no. He always like would want to accuse me of cheating and all that. I'm like, I'm not, no sir, no. And how he's a big hypocrite. He was a big flirt, like. But when I brought it up, it was a big problem though. So this last instance when I was done, like no. So he had a girl best friend, right? It's always a friend, right? The one, oh, don't even worry about her. Oh, like she's just a friend. Like don't even worry about that. There's nothing going on, right? Right? So, you know, there's friends. I'm not the type of girlfriend that's gonna tell you what you can, who you can and can't hang out with, you know? The friends you had before, you should be able to have them while we're together. You should just know that there are certain things that you don't do while you're in a relationship, right? Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't have corona, don't worry. Anyway, so we were in Steak and Shake. Sorry, I threw it a little dry. Hold up. Anyway, okay, we're gonna edit that out. So we were at Steak and Shake, and you know, he was kind of acting, something wasn't right. Something in my mind was just telling me something isn't too right. So by coincidence, you know, we were finished eating, so he just went to the bathroom. I guess he forgot his phone. His phone was lying down, like face down on the table. So it kept pinging and pinging and pinging. So yes, I picked it up and I looked. Why is his girl best friend talking about, oh, last night was fun. Oh, I can't wait tonight to ride that dick tonight. I'm like, that's your girl best friend? So you're riding our best friend's dicks and stuff now? Oh, I was done. Like, I was done. This guy was just like, no, I was done. So I didn't even wait for him. I put back his phone. I got my shit. And I went to pay. I went to pay for my own burger. Like, I didn't want nothing. I didn't want him to do nothing for me. Like, don't know. I was done. So he kept blowing up. When he saw I wasn't there anymore, he kept blowing up my phone, messaging me like, where you went? Like, what happened? And I'm like, no, nah. Like, don't come. Like, don't call. Let me tell you. I cussed this man out stink. I told him about his mother, his auntie, his sister, his uncle, everybody. I'm like, and you have the audacity to try to make me, to make it look like I'm doing something. So that's what you're doing with your best friend now? I'm like, that's what you're doing with your best friend now? He's like, why you went through my phone in the first place and stuff? I'm like, no, that's not even the point. Like, so that's what you're doing with your best friend now? I'm like, do not call me again. Do not call me, don't text me, don't nothing ever again. Like, leave me alone. Go talk to that bitch over there, okay? So I was just done. But he kept calling me that night. He sent some long ass paragraph after and kept calling me. Like, I literally got like about 20 calls from that guy that night. Until I like blocked him on everything, social media, his number, everything. I was done. So the day after, he tried to approach me. You know, the same guy that from before that was in my class. We were friends. We turned to be friends. You know, we're still friends up to this day. If you say this, how you doing? You know who you are. You're a real one. So me and my friend, we were just talking and stuff about the project and all of that. And we were just talking and chilling and stuff. So I was telling him about my he was my ex by then. And then he came up to us. Now, my ex is tall, but he didn't have that much muscle and stuff. Like, he's not skinny, but I would say like he was more lean. But my friend, like, he was like buff. He was around the same height as my ex, but buff. So I was telling my friend, like, I don't want him anywhere near me. Like, he keeps calling me, like, no. And my ex tried to approach me and stuff. So my
friend came in front of him and he's like, yo, my nigga, like, she don't want to talk to you. Like, move out of here. And then my ex trying to talk to me like, oh, so now you with him. I did not say nothing to this guy because my friend was like, he didn't want to smoke with my friend. And my friend was like, yo, my nigga, didn't I just tell you to move? Like, move. Like, she don't want to talk to you.
She don't want to talk to you. Well, he didn't want to smoke with my friend, so he left. And that was the last time I talked to him. I seen a few days after I saw him with his best friend. They were holding hands and all of that. I'm like, y'all be happy together. But this guy wins the best award for worst boyfriend ever. Like, he wasn't shit. He was not shit. And a few months later, the last time I saw this guy was a few months later after that in Walmart. But he didn't say anything to me, and I didn't say anything to him. So it was all good and daddy. And that's the story time about the worst boyfriend I've ever had. There were just so many red signs. Like, I should have like ended it, but you know, you go through things to learn. But ladies, not just ladies, men too. Men have shitty partners too. Please look at the signs, because it could have really, because he had a temper too, it could have really turned into something like more had I not left. Because that time when he grabbed my arm, he grabbed it like really hard, and he was like, you ain't leaving nowhere. Like, no. Please watch the signs and leave before it's too late. So that's the story. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment below and let me know who your worst boyfriend was. You know, I'm sure he would see this video or whatever, but oh well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, in this world of pebbles, continue to be a diamond. You're a diamond in this world. Don't let anybody try to diminish your value, okay? Anyway, well, I'll see you on the next one.